Hello and welcome again. Welcome to the Map Gold series channel. Today we are going to be talking about the production of transparent liquid soap. As you all saw in the thumbnail, I will be taking you through the do's and the don'ts of how to make your transparent liquid soap both in your home and for your commercial purposes. Come along with me as we go through the details of this transparent liquid soap making together. Yeah, this is sulfonic and Texapon that I'm mixing together. You can see that I used minimal sulfonic here and I used more Texapon, and that is why the solution will now congeal like this. So the way it is now, we cannot pour it inside the solution. You know that we are supposed to pour natural soap, then we pour this solution. So this aspect is part of our pre-production process. So that's why I'm adding water. You can see me measuring water. This is like 1 liter of water. I used measuring cup. So I'm pouring it inside the sulfonic and Texapon to lighten it. If you have watched that first video, I said there's no how you want to make your production. It has to be you pouring liquid content, which is water, into water. Please don't forget that. Also, I have explained and insisted that if you are going to be able to understand this series of liquid soap videos, you must watch that first video, which is the multi-purpose liquid soap. In fact, I advise you to watch it one after the other. It will give you a clear and better understanding. Now, this particular process is part of our pre-production process. So I'm adding water to this sulfonic and Texapon because I intend to make a transparent liquid soap. Now, here is my natural soap. I'm pouring in the natural soap inside the water so that I can dissolve the natural soap. It's powder. And for those of you that have watched that initial video, you will remember, if you recall, that I said you have to make sure that you are through with your pre-production process before you come and pour your natural soap or your cellulose, as the case may be, inside water. So you can use your natural soap, you can use your cellulose, whichever one you are using, and you are pouring inside water like this. All other reagents must have been ready. The one that needs to be fermented, the one that needs to be soaked, the one that needs to be dissolved. Our SLS needs to be dissolved. Our SCP needs to be dissolved. Our soda ash, very important, needs to be dissolved in large amount of water. And our sulfonic needs to be liquefied. Now I'm about to start pouring the sulfonic. You can see I started pouring the sulfonic because I've liquefied it. It's just as if I'm pouring water into water. That is the slogan, right? So pouring into water, you will not have an experience of lump. Those people saying I made my soap and I see lump. If you do use the normal process that I've been explaining all the while, you will understand that there will be no lump, because there's no how lump will come from you pouring water or liquid content into each other. So you can see sulfonic acid and the Texapon is already foaming. Is part of the foaming agent in the soap, and that is why we're having that foaming. So I'm still pouring in the content inside the bowl. You can see it. Now there is sulfonic remaining inside this cup. I'm trying to make sure that I remove every particle, every little content of sulfonic inside the cup. Now here is my caustic soda solution. I'm pouring it inside that bowl that I mixed my sulfonic and my Texapon. Why? Just to rinse the container, to make sure that I thoroughly rinse the Texapon and the sulfonic off the container, because of what use will it be if I leave leftover inside the container? Since the sulfonic and the Texapon is meant for the soap, so I'm rinsing my container. You can see I'm pouring this inside the sulfonic cup. What is the purpose? To rinse the container as well. So I'm pouring it now inside the solution. Should in case your sulfonic is inside a nylon, you just make sure you use your hand that you're already wearing glove, to press it very well. Please watch your eyes. That is why you're supposed to use all your gadgets, so that it wouldn't split into your eyes. Also, if you are using a bottle, maybe your sulfonic acid is inside the bottle and you poured it inside your Texapon, you can pour this little liquid content inside the bottle, shake it a little, so that any little sulfonic inside will be able to be poured inside your soap. I hope you understand this. Now I need you to get to the end of this video, because I'm going to be giving us a bonus. For this transparent liquid soap, we are going to be having a bonus. So at this stage, I just measured little out and I poured it inside this ragolis. I hope you can see this. I poured it inside this container. You can see now. Yes, I tried to pull it further. So after that, I'm trying to show you that the consistency is thick and the soap is transparent. Now at this level, we have just added very little soda ash. So I'm bringing out a point because I want us to understand that there are several points that we are trying to make in this video. So you can see I'm still showing us how thick it is. We add soda ash, and our soda ash usually reacts with our natural salt to make the soap thick. So when it is at that level you're adding soda ash, that is why when you rush the soda ash, that reaction acts fast, and sometimes it may be okay and sometimes it goes wrong in the soap. So you can see me adding a liquid content is soda ash. My fermented soda ash is not water. Most of the people that have probably not watched the other videos will be assuming that I'm adding water, but this is not water. This is actually already fermented soda ash that I'm pouring in. Now, if you look closely, I deliberately made the camera very close. That's why you're not seeing some of those things I'm carrying on the floor. You will see that the more soda ash we add, the more cloudy the soap becomes. That is why before adding so much soda ash, I removed that batch 1. Then I was still going to be removing another batch. Because of this singular soap I made, I removed 3 different batches, which I'll be explaining towards the end of the production. Now you can see me pouring the second one. You can see from the tip of the bottle that the soap is transparent. So depending on the thickness you want will determine the measurement of your natural salt and your soda ash. They work together. If you put too much natural salt because you want it to be thick, the soap will be slippery. If you put too much soda ash because you want the soap to be thick, the soap will be whitish. It will not be qualitative. Therefore, you have to balance it. And that is why we talk about the soap making class. Come and register for the soap making class, because soap making, the percentage of water inside soap is so much. Any business that has water involved is profitable. It can be your side hustle. It could be something you are going to be using, as your main hustle. You are a student, you can use it to make money in school without having to call your parents or having to look for money elsewhere. You are working maybe in a remote area. There are some areas that they don't even have access to liquid soap like we do in Lagos. So some people that are asking me where's my location, I'm actually in Lagos. So wherever you are, we can get in touch with you and then put you through. The online class is even coming this period that I'm making this video. Is coming at a very cheap rate. This is the 3rd batch that I'm measuring. The 3rd batch that I'm measuring inside that container. Now I'm measuring this to be able to explain something. After the soap is done, I pour it inside this bowl to be able to tell us something. I'll be telling us that in a